we remain committed to our fundamental role, and that is to ensure that power, in whatever form it presents itself, is exercised within the bounds of the law. In the years to come, ladies and gentlemen, we are likely to be judged not simply by how quickly we adopted new technologies, but how wisely we govern their use. That perhaps is the more enduring measure. As we move forward, it is important that we do so with a sense of balance, with vision, certainly, but also with vigilance, with ambition, but also with restraint, and with innovation, always guided by integrity. If we are able to maintain that balance, then artificial intelligence will not diminish our humanity. Rather, it will support and deepen it. It will not weaken our system of justice. It will help to strengthen it. In conclusion, I wish to commend all those who have contributed to the development of this strategy. It is an important step and a thoughtful one. The judiciary stands committed to working with all stakeholders to ensure that in the
artificial intelligence is our lived reality today. From your vehicle to the air conditioning in your room, to the fridge in your kitchen, to your phone that you use, everything is powered by artificial intelligence today. We cannot run away from it. But the question is, are we going to remain consumers of technology? Are we going to take the commanding heights of determining how AI works for us?
Ghana's journey into artificial intelligence has been deliberate and collaborative. Through national consultations, stakeholder engagements, technical workshops, and strategic partnerships, the foundation for an AI-powered future has been steadily built. In 2025, key bootcamps and knowledge exchange initiatives helped deepen expertise, align priorities, and accelerate national readiness. This has been more than preparation. It has been a movement. Today, Ghana's ambition is being matched by action. A new $1 billion investment commitment from the United Arab Emirates reflects growing global confidence in Ghana's economy and future-ready development agenda.
Cabinet has also approved recently $250 million for the AI Compute Center. And basically what this signals with our AI strategy launch is that Ghana is positioning itself to provide compute infrastructure.
Under the leadership of President John Dramani Mahama, Ghana has set a bold ambition to become the AI hub of Africa, a future where innovation drives prosperity, opportunity, and inclusion for every Ghanaian.
Core of this is that we've decided that this is not just going to be one of those political things where you just tick a box, and that's why the entire AI strategy was not developed by politicians, it was developed by academia. We reached out to the Responsible AI Lab in the Kwame Nkrumah University of Science and Technology. Professor Jerry Konyo, who leads that team, led the development of this. We reached out to industry, Mr. Darlington Akogo of Moremi AI and Mino Health AI. It's part of that was a co-lead in developing this.
The Ghana National AI Strategy is our blueprint as far as development and then adoption of AI in Ghana is concerned. And it spans a number of years. We started working on the AI strategy as far back as 2023. In recent years, what we have done is to do a revision of the existing draft and bring it to completion.
Ghana's national AI strategy is built on 4 pillars: data as a national asset, compute infrastructure for the future, talent development, and responsible governance and real-world impact. This is more than policy. It is a national commitment to transformation.
There is a broader vision that has been carved out for Ghana with reference to where we want to be as far as AI is concerned. And so looking into the picture, we are looking at a 10-year strategic plan which guides us as far as implementation of AI in Ghana is concerned.
from early conversations to bold investments, from collaboration to national action. Ghana's AI journey has been built with purpose.
By the 10th year, which we are looking at around 2035, Ghana will become a big player as far as not just AI but artificial general intelligence is concerned.
AI is here, it's part of us. We need to embrace it. We need to make sure that we use it to better our circumstances. And with this strategy, government is going to have a whole of government approach to ensure that every facet of our public life gets the full benefit of artificial intelligence. This strategy document is for the Ghanaian people.
We have laid the foundation. We have defined the strategy, and now we are ready. And now we move from preparation to action.
Was a snippet of the journey. We'll be bringing up stage a man you saw in the video to walk us through key highlights of the AI strategy soon to be launched. So let's receive Professor Jerry John Bonyo to come and walk us through that very important part of the program. Thank you, Prof.
Your Excellency, President John Dramani Mahama, President of the Republic of Ghana, Right Honorable Alban Kingsford Sumana Bagbin, the Chairman of the occasion and Speaker of Ghana's Parliament, Your Lordship, Justice Paul Bafuboni, the Chief Justice of the People's Republic of Ghana, Your Excellencies, members of the diplomatic community, honorable ministers, honorable members of parliament, members of the judiciary, traditional leaders, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. Today, we stand at the cusp of a profound technological revolution. Artificial intelligence is not just a new tool. It is a key to accelerating our national, economic and sustainable development objectives. This presentation provides an overview of Ghana's artificial intelligence strategy for the next 10 years. This strategy is our comprehensive roadmap for taking advantage of the transformative power of AI to improve our economy, make our government services better, and enhance the overall quality of life of the Ghanaian people. This strategy is not the product of a single office. It is the result of extensive research, stakeholder consultations, and a strong shared commitment to Ghana's digital future. This effort was led by the Ministry of Communication, Digital Technology and Innovation under the able leadership of the Honorable Samuel Nate George and his predecessor. We also received invaluable support from our international development partners, including GIZ Fair Forward and the British High Commission. In addition, local academic and private organizations like the Kwame Nkrumah University of Science and Technology's Responsible AI Lab and Mino Health AI Labs provided important help in coordinating the process. To ensure this strategy is truly reflective of our national interests, we embarked on a deeply consultative process, holding expert interviews with over 40 entrepreneurs, engineers, policymakers, policy think tanks, and traditional leaders. We moved through 7 major stakeholder engagements that refined our initial drafts. At our first consultation, government officials, academia, industry leaders, and tech innovators gathered to shape an inclusive AI ecosystem for Ghana's development. Following this, our academics and members of the academia community convened at the Kwame Nkrumah University of Science and Technology to discuss the precise steps needed to finalize our AI development plan. We then consulted with members of Ghana's judiciary who powerfully highlighted the need for an ethical and legal framework that supports innovation while strictly protecting our nation's interests. We also consulted the Parliamentary Select Committee on Communication for their input. Additionally, as has been mentioned, at a ministerial AI bootcamp led by the UNDP, we engaged with ministers and their AI focal persons to receive their inputs. We also engaged with our UK partners to compare notes and learn from best practices. Finally, we engaged with the minister and his team who emphasized the absolute necessity of strong digital infrastructure and data sovereignty. To map out our AI future, we had to conduct a SWOT analysis. Through a rigorous assessment, we examined our current position in the global AI landscape to understand where we stand as a nation. First of all, we looked at our strengths. And Your Excellency, we realized that Ghana boasts a vibrant, growing digital smart startup ecosystem supported by local tech hubs and an investor-friendly environment that is already attracting international big tech companies, even as the minister has mentioned. We also have a strong pool of skilled university graduates and robust national policies, like the Ghana Digital Economy Policy, to guide our steps. However, we also acknowledge the weaknesses. We are currently hindered by a scarcity of quality localized data. And anybody who is familiar with AI will tell you that garbage in, garbage out. If the quality of your data is bad, forget about your model. Many of our communities still face limited access to reliable power, high-speed internet, and cloud infrastructure. We also recognize a lack of coordination among the actors in our tech space, as well as an understandable public skepticism and fear regarding what AI means for the future of traditional jobs. In fact, we had many people asking us the question, is AI going to take away my job? Yet, the opportunities ahead of us are immense. We are perfectly positioned to become the regional AI hub for West Africa. By adopting AI, we can drastically boost inclusion and efficiency in vital sectors like agriculture, healthcare, transportation, fisheries, and the likes. We can expand natural language processing to protect and digitize our local Ghanaian languages. And most importantly, we can build thousands of new high-value jobs across the AI value chain. But we must be vigilant about the threats we must guard against. We face the very real threat of brain drain, as our brightest local tech talent seek opportunities abroad. We risk widening the inequality gap if we do not enforce strong data privacy laws, or if automation disrupts traditional jobs without robust rescaling program for our people. Finally, we cannot rely solely on short-term donor-funded initiatives. Our ecosystem must be self-sustaining. Understanding all these realities, what is the vision for Ghana's AI strategy as we look into 2035? Ghana 2035. The AI-powered society. By 2035, we are looking at a transformed society where Ghanaians have the capabilities and the enabling environment to be competitive in the global digital economy, firmly positioning Ghana as the leading AI hub in Africa. To realize this massive potential, our strategy provides a comprehensive framework built on 8 essential areas of focus that seamlessly builds one upon the other. We must begin with our greatest asset, our people. We must aggressively expand our AI education and training to ensure every Ghanaian has the skills to survive and thrive. By updating our educational curricula to include AI, data science, and coding from the primary school upwards, and by ensuring these programs reach individuals with disabilities and those in the informal sector, we are building a foundation of widespread digital literacy as far as the AI space is concerned. Armed with this education, the next logical step, which is the next pillar of the strategy, is to explicitly empower our youth for the AI jobs of the future. We project training at least 1 million youth and 10,000 AI researchers by 2035 by developing targeted reskilling programs and offering tax incentives for AI startups. This will ensure our young dynamic population lead the digital economy rather than becoming victims of automation. However, talent cannot truly soar without the right physical foundation. That is why at Accra, concurrently, we need to drastically increase Accra. Concurrently, we need to drastically increase our energy capacity by 0.5 to 1 order of magnitude yearly. We must also aim to build computing capacity up to 10 to the power 25 floating point operations per second by 2035 to support work on the ethics of artificial intelligence. We will enforce strict data sharing policies, launch open data initiatives like the Ghana Data Exchange Hub, and protect citizens' personal data to ensure absolute data sovereignty. With secure data infrastructure in place, we must then connect our innovators. We must coordinate a robust AI ecosystem and community. By linking our tech startups, university networks, and traditional institutions across the country, we will create a shared environment of knowledge that retains our brightest minds at home, culminating in a Ghanaian Global AI Summit to attract major investments in Ghana. A connected community allows us to effectively accelerate AI adoption across key sectors of the economy. The strategy recommends the launch of 5 pilot projects in high-impact areas like agriculture, healthcare, transportation, and the likes. Furthermore, it is projected that we create a globally competitive AGI lab and 10 Ghanaian AI unicorns to drive real-world solutions that boost our economy. To sustain these sectors, we must not merely consume foreign technologies, but invest deeply in applied AI research to create our own AI solutions right here in Ghana. The strategy strongly recommends adopting a producer-led approach by establishing a natural language processing center of excellence to develop AI tools in our local Ghanaian languages. We must ethically digitize our rich oral histories and aim to create 1 trillion tokens of Ghanaian datasets by 2035, ensuring our technology speaks for us. Finally, for all this to succeed, under your able leadership, Your Excellency, the strategy pushes for the promotion of AI adoption within the public sector. We must train public servants to lead AI projects and mandate the use of locally created AI solutions, such as our own large language model, which has been christened Ghana Chat. This will optimize our resources, protect confidential government data, and deliver faster, more efficient services to the good people of Ghana. A strategy, however, is only as good as its execution. The following key actions have been outlined by way of implementation in the strategy. Within the first year, it is proposed that government establishes an independent, well-resourced, responsible AI authority. This authority will champion ethical AI deployment, oversee ongoing monitoring, and coordinate implementation of strategy across all sectors. It is also proposed that we establish a national AI office under the Ministry of Communication, Digital Technology and Innovation to directly manage our interministerial coordination and execution. To fund this transformation, the strategy proposes the setting up of a national AI fund with a seed capital of 5 billion Ghana cedis, rising to 15 billion by 2035. This fund will serve as the financial engine for our local startups, applied research, and national infrastructure projects. Through these deliberate investments, we aim to attract 200 billion cedis in foreign direct and private investment, which we project will help AI contribute a massive 500 billion by 2035. Your Excellency, ladies and gentlemen, the success of this strategy does not rest with government alone. It requires a whole of society approach. Today we urge the vibrant startup ecosystem, the esteemed academic institutions, traditional leaders, civil society, and international development partners. Let us collaborate in implementing this strategy. Let us co-create an internationally connected yet proudly Ghanaian AI ecosystem. Together, we can take advantage of the power of artificial intelligence, improve the lives of people, and set a resounding example of digital leadership for the entire African continent. On behalf of the team who have been working day and night on this strategy, we just want to say a very big thank you to Your Excellency and the Sector Minister for the opportunity to have participated in this important exercise. We thank you.
Thank you very much, Engineer Professor. The speech is very powerful, very powerful. I'm lucky it wasn't another Jerry John. This is just Jerry John Ponyo, so I can send him a sheet of paper and nothing will happen. There was another Jerry John, you can't try. We'd like to acknowledge the Chief Director of the Ministry and his team for their hard work, Alexander Yao Afo. Please give us a wave, and his team. The Deputy Minister as well, Adam Sukwaru. We now want to introduce the President, but we will do it in a way that no technology can replicate. So we have our best wordsmith. He is known as Nana Asase, and is going to tell us who our next speaker, His Excellency, is. Ladies and gentlemen, Ago. Oh, I said Ago.
Oh. And I. We are learning to tell our own stories. And is this life not truly one big story, and are we all not travelers? I am this lonely dreamer, traveling to distant homes to nurse my germinating journeys and to seed my adventures as fruit for my death. I am the one who lives on those diagonal junctions way before GPS was invented. I came to take you out of the realm of artifice into the realities of Africa, my people. We gather to speak of artificial intelligence, but I come to tell you about my brother's intelligence. Call it Anyami intelligence. On the whole, let us call it African intelligence. Good morning, Africa. Welcome to the center, where truly the Creator cooks his food and sends to the rest of the world. It simply says that we are learning to beat our chest and call it as good a drum as any animal skin could ever be. Good morning, Africa. We are learning that it takes a child and an adult to make this life one big span. Good morning, Africa. You know the riddles of these, my ancestors. You taught me well. And you place power in my hands so that when I touch knowledge, it rests firmly in my head. We are learning to bridge tradition and modernity so that everything we know from the realms of our ancestors, we code in technology. With the tap of a single button, my people, our minds are not replaced. Everything we know is simply enhanced. Welcome to the day that Ghana finally decides. We have been consumers for a very long time. It is high time we become the creators that we are and show the paths, the lungu-lungus, the highways, whichever way it takes to ensure the world sees our minds clearly like a mirror. We are like that prism refracting different facets of Africa. Our lives are beautiful, I tell you. Our lives are beautiful with all in its inequalities. Our lives are beautiful with all its stains and colors. Our lives are beautiful because we are creative. Can I tell you a beautiful story? Can I tell you a simple story? It is very short. That says your seat is meant for you and the burdens of a great vision weigh the shoulders of the mind. Your Excellencies, I have learned that artificial intelligence is a conglomeration of all our lived experiences, encyclopedic knowledge, and then the steps we take forward. And so from these junctions we have learned that the road ahead is longer than the ones we have left behind, and so we take our responsibility into our hands. Leadership becomes that walking stick that steps before us and casts shadows to the left, to the right, behind us or forward. We choose to go forward so that the future will point its hand backward at us and say, Sankofa is what we want to do. It would simply say that when a child points his hand at an elder, it's a greeting, it's a blessing of so many other sabbaticals I dare not mention. When the future will point its hand at us, it will be a blessing to say that truly Sankofa and ancestral wisdom have a place in where we stand. Our ancestors truly laid a solid platform for us to tread on. We seek to be efficient. Beyond the realms of machines stands the control of men. But the combination of man's mental abilities and the place of machines to give efficiency now speaks of artificial intelligence. And so we definitely know. Just like fire, AI is spreading the world over. It can be a bad master, you know. And so we need to train, control the taps and tell it where to go. This is our simple mission if I got it right. Enti, your free computer kitten. Esia chichumu kitten dia sayaka. Ivia, ye chapine afaso, e di refi BM e Ghana ha. Okono bi e bisa wakatro mu se ene. Ye de yi kwan. Yambe yi kwan amfa fom. Yambe yi kwan amfa framem. Ohwebre no a, ye be yi kwan e framem. We are building digital pathways so that the past, the future, the present come together in a seamless ball that we probably might not see, but we can actually activate our full powers from now. 50 years from now, 100 years from now, everything we commit in this room will be seen in the future. But right now as we sit here, 1694, when none of us were born, we can actually tell secret meetings that happen, read documents that have taken place all over the world, my people. Welcome to this new age. It simply says everything we know, everything we hold here is relevant, needs to be protected, and this is our opportunity. No paper gets torn and shredded, no memory gets evaporated, and nothing is lost to chance. I am a consumer of statistics, I am a consumer of history, but I am also a consumer of quality. I dare tell you, we deserve organic growth, and And so we are not in a hurry. We simply say we will not die the death of dreams, and so we choose to hold the past in the present, and that is how we can pass a good baton to the future. A good matter is short, and when a matter is good, you do not send it through many times before it gets to the ear for which it is intended. Because even among the kings, my people, there is an elder, and when the elder speaks, even the elder has a mother. But mother comes back and defers to Nana Brewetia, the proverbial old lady who leans on the third leg of wisdom, the umbilical with which our elders commune with earth and seek to teach us wisdom. We are ready to listen to the head of the clan. We are ready. The elders are seated. Among the elders there is an elder, and we are ready to listen to the elder seated among the elders. Your Excellency, ladies and gentlemen, it is in order to ask you to drop your phones at this moment. Is your right hand yours? It's yours. We are learning not to put our hands together anymore. We might disturb the construction workers. Let us beat our chest, my people. Let us beat our chest. Let us beat our chest for visionary leadership that says others have worked. We are simply here to consolidate our gains. I cannot hear you, my people. I cannot hear your drums loud enough. Can we beat our chest, ladies and gentlemen, as we ask you, Your Excellency? With all respect, we do not disown you. We simply go down. We simply rise. And say, until you rise, we do not stop beating our drums, Your Excellency. We are waiting to hear you. Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you His Excellency John Dramani Mahama. Okay.
Thank you. Kindly resume your seats. The chairman for the occasion and Right Honorable Speaker of Parliament, Honorable Kingsford Sumana Bagman, His Lordship Justice Paul Bafuboni, Chief Justice, our hardworking Minister of Communications, Sam Nate George, Ministers of State, senior government officials, our traditional leaders, members of the diplomatic corps, heads of government institutions, captains of industry, friends from the media, distinguished ladies and gentlemen. Aku is the new sensation. I was asking Sam George if he would consider appointing her as ambassador for AI for Ghana. And when Ben said Nana Sasi was coming to perform, he said something that only humans can do. Ben, you will be surprised at what Aku can do with the mastery of the number of Ghanaian languages he has. Nana Sasi, she's threatening your job. Maybe the next time we'll have her performing your poetry. But thank you very much. I have this joke with my friend from Margins. I remember at one of the CEO summits, he made AI read his speech, and it was an avatar of him reading the speech. And so anytime I meet him physically, I ask him, is that you or is the AI version? But thank you very much, and it's a great honor to join you today for the launch of Ghana's National Artificial Intelligence Strategy 2025 to 2035. Not too long ago, conversations about artificial intelligence were dominated by fear. Many spoke of its dangers, its disruptions, and its potential to diminish the human role in society and work. Today, however, the global conversation has evolved. Nations are increasingly embracing the idea of AI for good and developing strategies to guide the ethical and productive use of this technology within their own context. This shift reflects an important truth, that technology is not destiny. Human choices, public policy, and responsible leadership determine whether innovation will serve the common good. Ghana is determined to be part of that forward-looking global movement. Around the world, AI is already transforming healthcare through faster diagnosis and improve patient care, modernizing agriculture through precision farming and yield predictions, reshaping education through personalized learning, strengthening security through intelligent systems, and improving public service delivery through automation and smarter decision making. From disease surveillance to financial management, from logistics to administration of justice, AI is no longer a speculative technology of the future. It is already a strategic development tool of our present. For Ghana, the question is no longer whether AI will shape our future. The question is whether we will shape its use in ways that reflect our national priorities, our values, and our aspirations. I'm aware that the rapid advancement of AI also raises legitimate concerns, particularly about jobs and the future of work. Many citizens worry that machines will replace human labor, leaving workers vulnerable and excluded. As a responsible government, we take these concerns seriously. A simple principle would therefore guide our approach. AI must enhance human capabilities and not diminish human dignity. We'll pursue a human-centered, inclusive, and responsible model of adoption consistent with the values of industry, which emphasize not only efficiency but also resilience, sustainability, and the centrality of the human person. We'll invest in upskilling and reskilling our public sector workforce and support workers across sectors to adapt and thrive in this new era. We do not intend to surrender our people to technological disruptions. We intend to prepare them to lead in it. Our vision is therefore clear: to position Ghana as a leading artificial intelligence hub in West Africa and the wider continental region, driving innovation, creating jobs, and strengthening institutions and delivering inclusive national development. Mr. Chairman, this vision requires leadership from the top, and that is why I recently packed all my ministers and senior government officials into the National AI Boot Camp. That decision was deliberate. Leadership must understand the tools that will define our future. It's also why we introduce key performance indicators across ministries, departments, and agencies to drive measurable adoption and integration of technology, including artificial intelligence. Transformation must not remain rhetorical. It must be measurable, accountable, and results-oriented. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, our commitment to AI is not merely aspirational. It is already evident in policy and implementation. In the 2026 budget, government prioritized the deployment of artificial intelligence across strategic institutions. For example, the Ghana Revenue Authority is currently using AI-driven systems to reduce processing time, minimize errors, identify revenue leakages, improve compliance, and strengthen domestic revenue mobilization. This is only the beginning. Across government, AI will help streamline operations, improve responsiveness, and support evidence-based policy making. If we use it wisely, it will enable us to deliver public services that are faster, that are more transparent, more efficient, and more citizen-centered. Ghana is blessed with a youthful population that is energetic, innovative, and increasingly engaged with digital technologies. This demographic strength can be one of our greatest national advantages in the age of AI. But youthful potential must be matched by structured opportunity. And that is why education and the workforce development are among the core pillars of this strategy. We must equip our people not only to use AI tools, but also to build, govern, improve, and apply them to solve our national problems. This commitment is reflected in our 1 Million Coders program, which aims to equip young Ghanaians with digital and AI skills at scale. It will help build a robust national talent pipeline, stimulate innovation and entrepreneurship, and position Ghana competitively in the global digital space. The pilot phase of the 1 million coders program conducted last year enabled the ministry to assess readiness for nationwide rollout. The portal is now open and more than 100,000 applications have already been processed. Citizens can register for more than 15 courses across 10 disciplines at learning centers that are close to their homes. This year alone, the ministry aims to train at least 300,000 Ghanaians as the program continues to expand. These are more than just numbers. They represent opportunity, employability, and national preparedness. The Right Honorable Speaker, as we pursue this agenda, we must also confront a critical reality. Many existing AI systems are trained on data shaped by foreign culture, languages, and assumptions. As a result, they often fail to reflect our values, linguistic diversity, and cultural context. Thank God Aku could speak all our languages. We must address this challenge. Ghana cannot build a meaningful AI future using systems that do not understand our Ghanaian realities. We must invest in local data ecosystems, promote the integration of our indigenous languages, and support the development of context-aware AI systems that reflect who we are and serve the needs of our people. And I was giving the minister the example of an AI app that we have, and my daughter used it recently at home. My wife has a cactus plant, and it was not thriving. It seemed to be wilting. And so she took one of the AI apps and she pointed at the plant, and it diagnosed that the plant was being given too much water. And it said that it should be watered just once a week. And so she told the gardener, and he started implementing the once a week watering. You should go and see the cactus. It's looking so alive. But with that same app, we can use it on our farms to identify diseases and, agricultural practices. But lucky my daughter could read English and read the diagnosis. What of the rural farmer who does not read or write English? We should be able to have our local language interpret what the AI has diagnosed so that he understands what the problem with his crops are. And so, in other words, we must not only use AI, we must localize AI. The national AI strategy is therefore built on strong, thoughtful pillars. These include ethical and responsible AI development, education and workforce readiness, AI-driven industrial innovations, robust data governance, research and ecosystem development, and the use of AI to improve public sector performance and service delivery. At the heart of all these pillars is one imperative: capacity. At the heart of all these pillars is one imperative: capacity. Without skilled people, strong institutions, secure infrastructure, and sound governance, no AI strategy can succeed. And that is why this strategy places equal weight on innovation and responsibility, on ambition and safeguards, on investment and inclusion. Ladies and gentlemen, AI cannot thrive without infrastructure. Data, computing power, connectivity, and energy are now as strategic to the digital age as roads, ports, railways, and power plants were to the earlier eras of development. The government is therefore taking steps to strengthen our national data center and ensure that our digital backbone is secure, resilient, and capable of supporting the growing demands of the AI systems. We are building deliberately because infrastructure is the foundation upon which innovation rests. I'm therefore pleased to announce major financial commitments towards our AI agenda. Ghana will invest $250 million to establish a world-class AI computing center. In addition, government will commit $20 million to to support the short to medium term implementation of the national AI strategy. These investments are bold but necessary. The proposed AI Computing Center will serve as a net center for research, innovation, and enterprise, enabling Ghanaian talent to build solutions not only for our country, but also for the wider African continent. However, we recognize that government alone cannot build a thriving AI ecosystem. Success will require strong partnerships among the state, academia, civil society, industry, and our development partners. This strategy is itself the product of such a collaboration, with contributions from the Ministry of Communications, Digital Technology and Innovation, that's Sam George and his team. And let me also acknowledge the UK High Commission for your support in developing the strategy, the GIZ, the UN group, and Responsible AI Lab at the Kwame Nkrumah University of Science and Technology, and other industry stakeholders who have all been helpful in this process. I wish to express the gratitude of Ghanaians to you. So to all our partners, I say thank you. And to those who have yet to join this effort, I extend an invitation to partner with us in implementing this strategy. Invest in Ghanaian talent, support Ghanaian innovation, work with us to build an AI future anchored in inclusion, shared prosperity, and African relevance. This strategy will be implemented over a 10-year period with clear targets and indicators across all its pillars. We intend to monitor progress closely and ensure that implementation remains disciplined and purposeful. One of the most critical steps will be to establish a responsible artificial intelligence office to oversee implementation, coordinate stakeholders, and drive the strategy's objectives. By 2035, our ambition is to have built a truly national AI ecosystem, one that expands literacy and access, strengthens job and entrepreneurship, supports local innovation, deepens data sovereignty, promotes indigenous language technologies, and improves the performance of the public service. We envision a future in which AI is embedded across our educational system, where innovation hubs flourish beyond Accra, where universities lead in frontier research, where Ghanaian startups scale globally, where our informal sector and persons with disability are not excluded from technological process, where we respect gender in terms of the rollout of AI, where our civil and public service becomes fully capable of leading AI-enabled transformation. The Curriculum Review Committee of the Ministry of Education, which is reviewing the basic level curriculum, has been tasked to complete its work by the end of June this year. And we'll be introducing AI, coding, robotics, and electronics at the basic level to prepare our children for the digital future ahead of them. This is the Ghana we seek to build. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, this strategy does more than set policy direction. It issues a national call to action. It calls on government to lead responsibly. It calls on academia to innovate boldly. It calls on the private sector to invest with confidence. It calls on our youth to prepare with urgency. And it calls on all of us to work together to ensure that AI becomes a force for inclusion, productivity, creativity, and national progress. Let us therefore move forward with confidence, with discipline, and with ambition. Let us build an AI future that is not imported, but is shaped by our own values. Let us deploy innovation not for its own sake, but in the service of our people. And let us ensure that in this new technological age, Ghana leads with vision, purpose, and responsibility. And so, ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Chairman, at this juncture, it's now my singular honor and privilege to officially declare the National Artificial Intelligence Strategy of Ghana duly launched.
strategy which His Excellency has launched is on its way via a robot, and it will be delivered to His Excellency the President, the first official copy of the National Artificial Intelligence Strategy. So we invite His Excellency now to come up stage to unveil the strategy document that has been delivered to him by an AI-powered robot. So he's displaying for the very first time the national AI strategy. Hip, hip, hip. Hip, hip, hip. Hip, hip, hip. Thank you very much indeed. While His Excellency is there, we will take a few quick photographs. So first invite the chairman and also the special guest to join him for a quick photograph. So Excellency, right honorable speaker, please join this. We'll take a quick round of group photographs. Yes, sir. Robots are running marathons and delivering packages. So this is the first photograph. The CJ, the Speaker of Parliament, and His Excellency the President. The next one would invite the Sector Minister, the Honorable Samonate George, to join the three leaders of the three arms of government. So Honorable Minister, please join them. The last photograph will involve all those on the front row. So Madam Sawyer, the ministers, British High Commissioner, and the sponsors, all of you will join. All front row, please come up stage for the final photograph. So our ministers here present, UNDP, UNESCO, British High Commission, so after this we would have the traditional leaders take one photo with His Excellency and the CJ and the Speaker. Yes. So after this, I'll invite Nime and Name to join His Excellency for the final photograph. So this is the photograph involving all our partners, our ministers and heads of institutions. A very big thank you. His Excellency, you can remain with the minister and the speaker for the chiefs to join you. The rest of you may take your seat. Our traditional leaders, please join the president, the CJ, and the speaker, as well as the minister. Minister, please remain for this photograph as well. Your revered traditional leaders are here for the final photograph. So minister will remain with his revered traditional leaders who have come to support the launch of the National AI Strategy. And we'd like to thank all our media partners for streaming this program live. We really appreciate your support. So this is our final photograph for the day. After that, we'll go back to our seats for the national anthem, and the President, His Excellency, will depart. So this is our final photograph. We will be putting up a QR code on the screen for you to download important material that you will need from here, including the program and the strategy as well. Thank you very much. You may resume your seats. Before we take the anthem, our chairman opened us with a very resounding endorsement from the legislature. It is only natural that after such an impressive launch, he comes back with his brief reflections on the program we have just held. So we'd like to respectfully now invite for the final time the Right Honorable Speaker of Parliament, the Honorable Alban Sumana Kingsford Bagbing, to bring us the closing remarks. Please welcome him with a round of applause.
Please, can I get another applause? I am the chairman of the occasion. As your speaker, I'm not Apple. So please, be sure that I'm natural, not artificial. I'm called upon to give you my reflections and maybe a few take-homes. But you all heard it. You've all been witnesses to the launch of the strategy. We told is a 2025 to 2035. And from the speeches delivered, you are already aware that is being implemented. I don't need to bother you with the take-homes, not even my reflections, but have a few points of my own that I'll give you to take home so that you'll be very confident and proud that once again, as the center of the world, we are being called upon to lead, not only in the sub-region, but as His Excellency stated, in the continent. As you know, Ghana, we never walk alone. We always walk with everybody. And this is not the first time that we have been given this defining moment to lead. We've had it a number of times. And you all can recall all the number of times. But I'll just pinpoint a few. Because it's important for us not to lose our pride. Now I just mentioned we are the center of the world. In fact, when I mentioned it outside to some of my colleagues in the US, in the UK, they were really stunned because they didn't know that Ghana is the center of the world. We have always had defining moments. And those of you who know a bit of history can recall the origins of the Black Star. The Black Star originated not because of just our color black, but because there was one Gold Coaster, now we are called Ghana, who was the only black person, a professor in Europe, lecturing in the universities, Dr. William Anthony Amo. That's as far back as 1729. And he was from Axim. That is where we got this black star, the lone black star. You also recall when we had to talk about the importance of education and how one of our Gold Coasters, now Ghana, was chosen to lead a research team to gather data as to how to go about educating the people in the African continent. And you can all recall Dr. James Emmanuel Kwejiri Agri. And so as far back as 1920, he came and taught Africa, 2021, to do this. South Africa inclusive. He was in South Africa in 1921. And when he spoke, they were interviewed about their impression. And they said, damn his color. The man is an angel. He even spoke better than the Englishman. That is a Ghana. The Ghana that we're talking about, our leadership role. You can also recall the first woman to be a judge, not only in Ghana, but in the whole of the Commonwealth. Justice Jackie Ruth Annie. And she single-handedly drafted the Declaration on the Elimination of Discrimination Against Women. That was another leadership role we played, and that was adopted by the United Nations. It's not from men, this is from a woman. So men and women are born free and equal. We have been placed in the position of leadership, and we have led a number of times. I will not bore you with the rest. That is why when they say, those of you who are not reading history, you can never be wise. History is full of lessons. And as His Excellency has stated, we are part of the global leadership. The launch that we've done is for us once again to take the leadership in the AI technology in West Africa, and as he stated, in the continent. Leadership must lead to create the future, not wait for the future. And he's emphasized that we should not just, as usual, wait for something to be supplanted on us. We must do our own research. We need to inculcate our culture. We need data to do that. We need the realities of Ghana and Africa. We must also use AI in such a way that we localize it, not just as usual, follow it slavishly. This launch, as he emphasized, is a national call to action. And I'm happy from the delivery, action is already taking place. And so I want all of you to leave here assured that the few that are just cited, you sure we never failed. We succeeded in all. We now have professors all over the world. Again, here we are, and we are called upon to lead. I know we will not fail the people of Africa. We lead, we invite them, we move together, we will never walk alone. And together, we develop our continent so that we can be part of the global leadership in the AI. I thank all of you for coming, and may the good Lord bless us and our country, Ghana.
We thank the Right Honorable Speaker of Parliament, the Honorable Alban Sumana Kingsford Bagbin. We'd like to now rise for the closing anthem, after which His Excellency, the Speaker, and the CJ will leave us. you very much. We remain standing as His Excellency, the President, the CJ, and the Speaker leave us. We also have our captains of the telco industry here and reps from key agencies who came to support us. We thank all of you, CEO of MTN, CEO of Telecel, and all our agencies within the technology space. Thank you for being part of today's program. Our revered traditional leaders, thank you very much for being part of the program.